Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Smart English Lab, the podcast where we take real-life situations and turn them into fun, practical English lessons. Today we're talking about something that every traveler, every student, and honestly anyone who enjoys a nice meal out needs to know: how to order food in English at a restaurant.
That's right, Emily. Ordering food might sound simple, but once you sit down in a busy restaurant and the waiter or waitress is standing there with a pen and paper, suddenly you realize there are so many words and expressions you wish you knew. So, in today's episode, we'll walk through a whole restaurant scene, explain the vocabulary step by step, and give you phrases that make you sound polite, confident, and natural.
Exactly. So imagine this. You walk into a restaurant, the host greets you, and you need to ask for a table. A very common phrase is, "A table for two, please." You can also say, "Could we have a table for four?" if you're with friends, or "Do you have a table by the window?" if you'd like a nice view. Simple, right?
Yes, and once you're seated, the server usually hands you a menu and says something like, "Can I get you something to drink?" Or, "Would you like to start with some drinks?" And here's your chance to use polite expressions. Instead of just saying water, you can say, "I'll have a glass of water, please," or "Could I get a cup of tea, please?" The words "I'll have" and "could I get" are very natural and polite ways to order.
Let's act out a short dialogue to make this clear. I'll play the role of the waitress, and David, you be the customer. Ready?
Absolutely.
Hi there. Welcome to Sunny Cafe. Can I start you off with something to drink?
Yes, I'll have a glass of sparkling water, please. And could I also see the wine list?
Of course. I'll bring that right over.
See how polite that sounds? The customer is using complete sentences. "I'll have" and "could I also," which makes the conversation smooth and professional.
That's a great point. Now, when it's time to order food, there are a few common phrases you'll hear and use. The waiter might say, "Are you ready to order?" or "What can I get for you today?" And you can respond with, "Yes, I'll have the grilled chicken with vegetables," or "Could I try the pasta special, please?" Adding "please" is always a good idea. It shows respect and friendliness.
Don't forget about appetizers and sides. You can say, "We'd like to start with the soup of the day," or "Could we share a basket of fries?" Sharing plates is very common in English-speaking restaurants, so phrases like "could we share" or "let's split" are useful.
And what if you're not sure about something on the menu? That's when you can ask questions like, "What do you recommend?" or "Could you tell me more about the seafood platter?" This makes the waiter explain the dishes, and you sound curious and engaged.
Exactly. Let's try another role play, but this time I'll be the customer and David will play the waiter.
Hi, are you ready to order? Or would you like a few more minutes?
I think I'm ready. Could I have the grilled salmon, please? And does it come with vegetables?
Yes, it comes with seasonal vegetables. Would you like any side dishes with that?
Yes, I'll add a side of mashed potatoes, please.
Great choice. And would you like anything to drink with your meal?
Just a glass of water. Thank you.
See how smooth that was? Notice I asked a question about the meal. Does it come with vegetables? That's a very common thing to do in a restaurant.
And of course, once you've enjoyed your meal, you'll probably want dessert or coffee. The waiter might ask, "Would you like to see the dessert menu?" or "Can I get you anything else?" And you can respond with, "Yes, I'd love a piece of chocolate cake," or "No, thank you, I'm full."
And don't forget the bill. When you're finished, you can say, "Could we have a check, please?" In American English, people usually say check, but in British English, they say bill. So remember both.
Let's wrap this up with a full, natural-sounding dialogue so our listeners can hear how everything comes together. Final role play.
Good evening. A table for two, please.
Of course, right this way. Here are your menus. Can I get you something to drink while you look?
Yes, I'll have a lemonade, please. And could I also get a glass of water?
Absolutely. Are you ready to order your food, or do you need a few minutes?
I think we're ready. I'll start with the tomato soup, and for the main course, I'll have the grilled chicken with vegetables. Could I also add a side of fries?
Perfect. And how would you like your chicken? Spicy or mild?
Mild, please.
Great choice. And for dessert, would you like to see the menu?
No, thank you, I'm full. Could we just have a check, please?
Of course, I'll bring it right away.
And there you have it, a complete restaurant conversation full of useful phrases and polite expressions.
We hope this episode gives you the confidence to order food in English, whether you're at a cafe, a casual diner, or a fancy restaurant.
Remember, practice these sentences out loud, because the more you say them, the more natural they'll sound when you're actually speaking to a waiter. So, before we close, let's quickly recap what we covered today. You've learned how to ask for a table, order drinks, choose your meal, ask questions about the menu, order dessert, and finally ask for the check.
And beyond just memorizing phrases, we really want you to focus on the flow of the conversation. Notice how each sentence is polite, complete, and shows respect to the server. Small details like saying please or thank you really make you sound natural and confident in English.
Here's another important point: culture. In many English-speaking countries, like the United States and Canada, it's very common to leave a tip for your waiter, usually around 15 to 20% of the bill. In the UK, tipping is often smaller, around 10%, and sometimes already included in the bill as a service charge. So, always check the local customs if you're traveling.
That's such a good reminder, Emily. And don't be afraid to ask questions if something on the menu is confusing. Waiters are used to helping customers, and they'll be happy to explain or even recommend their favorite dishes.
Exactly. Ordering food in English isn't just about getting a meal. It's a chance to practice small talk, learn cultural habits, and build your speaking confidence in a relaxed environment.
So, our challenge for you, listeners, is this. The next time you eat out, whether it's in your hometown or when you're traveling, try using at least 2 or 3 of the phrases from today's episode. You'll see how much smoother and more enjoyable the experience becomes.
And remember, practice is the secret ingredient. Just like salt in cooking, it brings everything together. The more you use these expressions, the more natural they'll feel, until one day you'll realize you're ordering like a native speaker without even thinking about it.
Thank you for spending your time with us today. We hope you not only learn some new vocabulary, but also gain the confidence to use it in real-life situations.
This is Emily and David from Smart English Lab, wishing you happy learning, happy traveling, and of course, happy eating.